Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Southern Latitudes. I'm Robin, and I thought I would give you guys a garden tour today. I promised one last week. We had a lot of little interruptions, and I hope you enjoyed the airplane video. My husband swept me off my feet, and he wanted to show me something. He flew on Saturday, and he really wanted to show me what he saw on Sunday. So right before church, we went up at sunrise and did that. So that was a lot of fun. So I am right in front of my Barbados cherry tree. And we're going to get into the inner workings of it right here. This tree is only, I don't know, since 2019. So a few years old, and it produced a ton last year. It was just a little guy when I bought it. It was just like that, and now it's got a big old trunk on it and everything, and it's doing wonderful. Now I will tell you, it only blooms in the warm months, so it's kind of like a tropical, you know, like a Plumeria and stuff like that. So pretty much when you see your Plumeria going off, you'll see your Barbados going off, and then it stops again around October or November, depending on, you know, your warm snaps and stuff. So I have been looking carefully and cautiously, waiting to see those first signs. Probably by April 1st, I'm hoping we'll start seeing the little pink blooms all over again, and then it'll be just wonderful the whole summer, really. So. And they're good. They're not like a Bing cherry that you get out of the grocery store or one of those type. It has its own flavor. It has seeds in the center. And I don't know. It was kind of strange the first year. We only got a couple. But now that I'm used to it, my body actually craves, I guess, the vitamin C in it. I don't know. My body definitely craves it. So I wake up in the morning wanting to check the tree and eat some of the fruit on it. So let's go to another part of the garden. This is not really a part of the garden. This is a undone deck, and we hope to someday resume, because we have an above ground pool sunk in the ground. In case y'all never ask me questions, but that's what's going on here. We made a retaining wall, and then we're supposed to just continue the deck on. We had a wedding. Jack a long time ago had a medical emergency that landed him in the hospital for a couple of weeks. So we just never got around to it. And then we started the food forest. And so, you know, we've been living with it. But now I got a grandbaby and she's walking. And so we've talked about resuming this project. I also have dogs. That's little Tiki Man. And he's got congestive heart failure. And Buddy, a lot of you know Buddy. And Tiki has a brother named Captain, who was right here. Okay, back to the garden though. So I have ever-bearing strawberries in here. I do have some sweet Charlies left in there. I have lettuce, I have herbs, I've got some bok choy. We just found this, when I broke apart the green stalk, we just found this to be that perfect little area where I could come out real quick, grab some lettuce, herbs, whatever I needed for dinner. So this is what this area has become for now. Oh, there's some cilantro too back there. Thyme. Here, you guys want to see a little closer? These are May Queen lettuce, and they're making heads. I don't know what this lettuce is, but it's also making a head. That's pretty cool. That came just in a seed packet. I don't know what it is, but that's pretty neat. Oh, here's Captain. He's decided to come join us for the party. Now this is my Dwarf Cavendish banana pit. It took a very, very hard hit with the frost and the freezing. So this is all you see left of it. I finally decided to go ahead and cut down. We had 2 racks right here and here, and so those were going anyhow. And I think I already had one across the ground from like in the summer or something. So yes, all those were gone. This is what's left to produce for this year. So I think this one they look a little stunted. I don't know. Maybe it's just because they're stripped. I don't know. I'm not sure what to say there. but that's what's left of them, and that's okay that that's all that's left, because I have plenty more bananas on the other side of the yard. Welcome to my house garden. So this is the garden, of course, right behind the house. And this year we ended up putting in, sorry, it's half sun, half shade, but we ended up putting in all the brassicas this year. The year before, it had all my tomatoes. This coop is coming down. If you're new to the channel, most everybody knows. So we're real close to moving the chickens over. And when I do, I won't have the shade spot anymore that's usually blocking these first couple of rows. But let me take you in real quick so you can see what's going on. The cauliflower is pretty much out. I think I have one left to make a head. And then I have this one we're keeping for seed. I have never collected cauliflower seed before, but I'm real excited to try to do that. This is Swiss chard. That row's been destroyed. That's a lone leek that also was destroyed in there. And these are bunching onions for the most part. I think they're called evergreen bunching onions, not tomatoes. I'm used to Everglade tomatoes. And then I have just a couple of the 10-15Y onions here on the end. They're just starting to bulb up. I have a big old established parsley. Maybe we'll see a seed head and I can collect fresh seed from that. Over here in the next row, I had a variation. I put 3 different types of cauliflower in it. So this was either Red Acre or Red Express. I had both seeds going. I don't really know. That might be why some look this way and some are a little thicker in the leaf. I don't know, but that's probably why. This is early golden, and they weren't forming heads very well. I will tell you that I'm not real impressed with this variety. They had small heads when they made them, and now look, they're just, I don't know, it's like the heads are opening up. I'm not real happy with this early golden thing. Now, Dead On Cabbage is one of these. It's very beautiful. It has the purple vein inside the big leaf. And these are just slower to mature, and that's okay. I have some that are a little further along. This one's in the shade a lot. But they make these big old, you should give like 2 feet space for a full mature, I can't talk, for a full mature cabbage of any variety, really. And these are no different. On the back, these came late to the party. That's why they're back here. But this whole row was Godzilla Broccoli. And most of it are picked. I'm getting a couple side shoots right here. You see where the main head was picked. So I'm getting a couple side shoots. This one seems to be on its first head. This is my 1.5-year-old Black Beauty eggplant. I've just pulled like 3 off of her. But I still think she is not slowing down for producing, that's for sure. She crawls a little bit more. Oh, look, see? There's one right here. Two. And one back there. So, you know, I just let her do her thing. Here we go. Here's a red cabbage. Kind of pretty. So anyhow, that concludes there's a lot of weeds in here, so just ignore those. I did pull some on this side and I pulled some on this side, but I never really got to this area, the midsection. There you go. There's a nice Godzilla broccoli head. Wow. Oh, Nero de Toscana kale. That was sort of late to the party to fill in the gaps. Over here, I have a celery bed. Now, for all those people who say, oh, you can't do celery. Yes, you can in Central Florida. You can definitely do celery. The thing is to put it in the fall, and usually you don't see starts until about November. You can start from seed, but if you start from seed, you're going to want to start back in like early September, because it is one of those, it's like peppers, so slow to begin the seed growth or the maturation. This on this side I bought oh, there's like, hold on, okay, here's a better look. This is self-blanching, golden self-blanching. This was a starter that I bought. Over here is my Tender Crisp. That seed came, I believe, out of Johnny's. And as you can see, they're the same height. I started this, you know, August, July, September. I didn't look up the date, but anyhow, I started it, thought it had died, found a couple, ended up having several, really. And this is not self-blanching. Look how beautiful those stalks are. So as we walk and talk, I will tell you that I don't see a need for blanching celery. I'm in that camp. I know a lot of people like to blanch celery, but quite honestly, I love seeing the dark greenness, because when it's weak and yellowy color, to me it looks like it's not tasty. So that's just my opinion. Take it for what it's worth. Over here amongst the weeds, you'll see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pineapple. Look at how this one is putting a little crown on top, and it's putting little purple blooms. Now the blooms of the pineapple will start at the bottom, and they'll eventually go all the way up the fruit part, and hopefully they get pollinated. I really don't know much about the pollination process, but as the blooms rise, all that gets pollinated, and then you have your fruit. For you know, it takes a long time for pineapple, so they won't be ready until like August. But then if you do pineapples long enough, you may get one throw a piece of you know, pineapple fruit in fall or over winter, and then you're ready to pick it about Christmas or New Year's time. So here we go. This is my Persian lime. This is another one of my fruit trees that is not exactly in the food forest, but we love limes, and so therefore we wanted this to be close to the house. It gets a lot more light over here. It's already been through its first set of blooms, and then we had the frost. See, there's some fruit right there. I'm sure there's plenty around here. We did lose quite a bit. It's on the ground. We lost a bit, but it's gonna do a second set of blooms. The dogs are having fun. It's got some more new growth since the frost. There we go. There's like a new bloom on it. So yes, this plant is actually quite a bit older, because it was in a pot for 3 years before it even saw the ground here about 3 or 4 years ago. But this used to be the area of we had a second garden here, and then we decided to get rid of it when we put in the roof, and then we were supposed to paint. We never did paint that, but we're gonna finish. We just did pressure washing on the house, so we're gonna paint that. Sorry, it's so bright on that white. Over here the sun's just rising. This is the lemon lime Plumeria, and it's starting to wake up right now. Look right there, it's gonna put on its flowers area. We have more Plumeria that we need to find homes for. They're waking up. Over here is my asparagus bed. I have a couple videos on asparagus. This particular variety is the I'm gonna mess it up. I'll put it down below. And over here I have the F1 seeds. And then I collected all that seed and did the F2 babies are all in there right now, if you can see that. And this was last year's baby, and the crowns were really good. It's already putting up. I already picked it. I picked a spear already. And then these are first year babies. These were just germinated in January. So, you know, just let them fern out. If you're new to asparagus, let them fern out. And then you really shouldn't even pick second year babies. But these over here, these are probably 3-year-old crowns over here. And so these are quite delicious. And then each little section becomes part of the ferning out. but you want to catch it before it does that to eat it. Over here is my Jaboticaba. So we are looking for fruit, but even though this plant is 3-4 years old, I think it's 4, and it's gotten, they're very slow growers, and it's probably grown 1.5 feet or more since I've had it. But I still think it's gonna probably require another couple of years before I start seeing the fruit. Here, I leave the tag on it just to show people. So the fruit grows on the trunk. That's what it looks like. So over here is the Salsa Garden, and I have pulled back. Usually I have a panel here just to keep the dog from walking through. To be quite honest with you, now that I think about it, I may not put it back in there. It was really difficult for me to walk through. Sometimes your things to prevent the dogs can be mighty inconvenient for yourself. Oh, and the tomato cages are down because yesterday, before we started getting pouring rain, I was in here. I had some determinants on this side, and I had some determinants and things just at the end of their life. I pulled them out. Buddy's sniffing all this. Do you taste this tomato? Do you see the tomatoes in there? So I have replacement babies already between this tray and another tray that need to get in the ground, and I have mushroom compost right there waiting. But the weather got quite nasty yesterday afternoon. Also, before I forget, in the morning I had friends come over, family, and we did mushroom logs. So I'll show you when we get over to that side of the yard. In here I had probably 6 or 7 different varieties. Here you can see the Amish paste. I only had one of these plants. I had red snapper, I had Chef's Choice bicolor, I had Jet Stars. They produced okay through the overwinter. Everything overwintered fine. They just weren't super heavy producers for me. You'd get some of the really nice fruit, but then I got some small fruit. And that's probably because in Florida we're in our dry season, and I do have this on drip irrigation, and I hand watered some. We had a pretty wet December, so that's probably why I had like inconsistencies in fruit size. And somewhere in there, I had an Everglades tomato decide to plop itself right in the center. So I have those volunteers that I didn't ask for. And here I had some Grand Marshalls. I had some Dixie Red in here. I had was supposed to have cherry tomatoes in here, some blue cream berry cherry tomatoes or Napa Chardonnay, and instead I got a weird wacky seed in my seed packet, and I ended up with a red Rosa Sicilian tomato, and that was great. So I've collected all the seed on that. Now it might be a determinant, so it produced very heavily and then it died. Yeah, but that's okay, because that was a neat variety I probably wouldn't have bought on purpose, but I really loved. Down here I have Black Beauty, more Black Beauty, because I thought my other one would die. So I'm gonna have eggplants to give away this year. So here's a baby egg, Black Beauty, and then on the front row here I have Purple Shine. I just saw one. Where'd it go? I have a great video also on how you can tell the difference between male and female. This is a female. Where'd she go? I just saw one in here. There we go. So this is a Purple Shine. And they get long and tubular. And they're just starting recovery since the frost. Here we go. We're gonna get a whole bunch of them. They're all coming together at once because of the way the frost hit. I thought I just saw, yeah, I did see one. There's another one. So eggplants, you make friends when you give away eggplants. I'm just saying. This is my pink dandelion. I also had a recent video on this. It's actually, these were yesterday's blooms, so they're closing up. They're all done. And as you see, I've been topping them as they get ready to fly away. We had 2 inches of rain the other day, and last night we had 1 inch of rain. Wow. I don't want to forget these before we walk off. So I have a Catawba or Catawba. I have 2 of these grapes. I need to get in the ground. These are supposed to be really good for Florida. I have a black pepper tall one that I had. It took a hit. Now it seems to be good and putting out new growth from the lower section, but I got to trim off the top. And we're going to end up putting it on the trellis right over here that goes, it's a little walkway. I'll show you when we get there. Walkway going into the chicken coop area. And then I have another black peppercorn. And so I'll probably put both of them over there, to be honest with you. And then we'll just cover up that trellis really nice. That was my Christmas gift. It pays to have nice friends that have food for us. And this is Acha Acha. And this thing, I really can't tell you much about it because it really hasn't done much in my garden at all. Over here, this is new to our garden, a Stevens Cranberry. Look at that, it's putting, oh my word, is it putting on flowers? This thing's a baby. Look at this one really long thing. I just up-potted it. I got it maybe 2 months ago. I up-potted it, and it's just an itty baby. I can't even believe, look at that. It wants to put on fruit. Over here, these look weird. I don't know that they'll make it, but these were underneath my Barbados cherry tree, and I think they're Barbados cherry babies. My Dr. Wychee, for the most part, they all lost their tops. I don't understand what was going on. But look at the bottoms, they're starting to come to life. So I may just cut those right there and sink them in the ground. I'll probably not waste a lot of space on them. I've grown them before. They taste fine. In fact, I like the taste. They're okay, you know, but not worth the space when they're very hard to pollinate and so forth. They don't put that much fruit on for me in Florida. Now those in more temperate climates, I think they actually do much better up there. It's just kind of like where I'm at. I think that's just probably not the best bet for my garden. These are new to our party, and they're going in the food forest. I hate to promise today, but maybe. I was supposed to do it the other day, but the rain caught me. Cumberland black raspberries. I didn't know there was such thing as a black raspberry. Maybe I did, but I forgot. And then Dorma red, whoops, sorry guys, Dorma red raspberry. And those are going to be great additions over there in the corner of the food forest. We have all sorts of new varieties coming. I'll probably make that a separate video. I have orange low thyme. I have a lifesaver cactus in here. I'm still rooting out pineapples because I don't know where to put them. I've even tried to give them away and I didn't have any takers. Oh my gosh, I can't believe we didn't even, I'm really long-winded. We'll probably have to break this up in two. So my Alaska peas, I have lots of recent videos on them, and heavy producers, I've already started canning them, and yeah, I just can be happier with the pea. I mean, really. Now this week we had some almost 90-degree temps, and it started to kill it. So that it is what it is. And here's my onion bed, and I have 1015 Ys. I have plethora, which will probably have a permanent home in my garden from here on out. The 1015 Ys I'm sure are great too, but they're just slower to bulb. So I think I want a faster plant, faster to mature, faster everything. So that'll be great. Now my red Creoles are going to seed. So I have all sorts of, I believe they call them scapes, coming on in here. And they're also trying to bulb at the same time. Hold on a second. I'm trying not to squish things. Here's a great example right here. So it's starting to bulb, and those are huge bulbs. Look at how big that is. Look how big that is. Y'all, it's March 9th. This is a keeper for Central Florida. I'll have to get the dates and put them down below. I think I started them the last week of July in seed trays inside the shed. And make sure you water them like every day. This is for Florida. This doesn't apply if you're up north where you have a normal traditional growing season. And then just north of it, I have just a few peppers for like my personal fresh eating during the winter. So these are the little cherry bombs, the red. Those are nice. I have over here pepperoncinis. Nope. Wait. That one might be banana. I thought they were pepperoncinis. See, look. Maybe I'm wrong. Do I have two plants? I might have two plants, sorry. The pepperoncini fell over into the banana. They're next to each other. Look at the pepperoncinis on those. Then I have Jimmy Nardello. Let's see if I can still find. They're kind of long, cylindrical. Really long taper on them. But and they turn red, and they're good. They're like a frying pepper if you've ever had a nice Italian frying pepper, but they're not hot like the ones my parents. I grew up with them always eating frying peppers, but these are easier, especially if you have children. This is my Big Bertha. I keep calling it Big Mama, but it's Big Bertha. She's kind of like a Marconi if you have grown those. And I have a big weed mess, and this garden needs some serious love. But let's get out of here. Oh, I got more banana peppers. You see, boy, these things just produce and produce. This one got broke in that storm. Whew. Okay, next garden. This seems to be the week for my winter Mexican Persea americana. That is a male bloom on it. So males in the morning, females in the afternoon. Look at that. Plus, you know, there's a lot of things that can make variables between my yard and your yard. But those definitely look like male blooms on this today. Finally, woohoo! I'm so glad you could be here for that. Look at them all. Oh, please, please, bees. I had wasps in here a week or two ago, and then they kind of like, I didn't see anything. So it's nice to see maybe some of the taller limbs starting to go to bloom. Maybe we'll catch, you know, some scent out there for the bees. Over here, let me get you a full view first. This is a sun red nectarine, and we are setting fruit, you guys. Look at that. All sorts of fruit. Oh, please don't split. Please don't split. Yes, so I've been hand pollinating this. Look, there's some more down there. Yep. Doing good. It's really only 1 year old for me. It's only been in my garden 1 year. This came from Willis Orchard. So it's good. Shipped well. Sorry, UPS did not do their job, but the company that I bought from did a great job. This is sweet almond, strictly for pollinators and for my sense of smell, because I just love this. The way it smells is amazing. Next is a Scarlet Beauty Plum. She is just starting to put her blooms on. She was a week or two behind the nectarine, but look at all the new growth. There's a bloom way up there, way up there. She likes to bloom on, no, I can't say on the ends only, because here's some in the center. We'll see. I haven't seen any fruit set, although I'm pollinating them too. Here are my Moby cherry tomatoes. This is a jelly fig, and I have only got a couple figs off of her. Maybe this will be a better year. I don't know that she's happy here. I don't know that any figs in my yard are happy at this point, but she splays out before she goes upward. So it's, I don't know. She hasn't proven herself to me yet. Let's just put it that way. Now, here is a sight to behold. I'm going to try to get on the better side. Can you see all of those blooms? This is a dwarf ever-bearing mulberry. She is in crazy bloom. The spring bloom is always a little bit better. You'll probably get 3 if you have one of these, you know. Usually about 3 sets. You might have to trim them to trigger the next bloom, but this one totally lost all of its leaves. I'm sorry, both of them really lost all their leaves, and they're just coming out with fresh leaves. And whoa, look at the fruit that's going to be coming. Here's from pre-frost. I had some blooms then, and then of course we got that massive freeze. I keep calling it frost, but it was 2 days of freezing. And wow, it's super happy. And I have to trim this back all the time because it says dwarf, but it's not really dwarf. We almost walked right past the black sapote. It's a happy camper. Maybe this will be the year we get blooms. So that would be really, really cool on it. But it had a really taller top, and it's between these big massive pines, and a limb came down and broke it. But see how big it would have been. Anyhow, it's putting on new growth, and it's just super happy. And then we have sort of like the pineapple garden bed, more pineapples in there, all sorts of places. I really need to weed in there, but if you've ever been around your pineapples, you know what you're going to be cut up and hurting all night. So this is my pineapple smoothie bed, blueberry smoothie bed, whatever you want to call it. It needs some love too. So this was the old roselle that's coming out. It has bukus of blooms here. Not all the plants are as great as this one. I'm showing you one of the better ones. This is, I think this was my no name. Yeah, and so I won't even know. Maybe I can take cuttings in future years. My passion fruit maypop seems to have found happy places over here. I'm gonna have to transplant them back onto the trellis. Another pineapple. We got a pineapple in this area last year too. We have, this is a chickadee blueberry. I have some emerald blueberries over here. I think I have 3 different varieties, and they're just starting to put their fruit on. Looks nice. Some bromeliads. A random red shield hibiscus or false hibiscus, cranberry hibiscus. Here's my Pickering Mango, and it got pretty damaged by that frost, even with the cloth on it. Next time, note to self, a much thicker cloth needs to go on here. It might have tried to put on some scions, but I don't know, not so good. More blueberries across the front, aloe across the back, weeds that need to come down this whole area. I have a volunteer tomato. This is I transplanted it, Meyer Lemon, surrounded by Persian basil. Those are all happy in there. What is going on? Okay. I don't even know what variety that is. I just transplanted rosemary. This was a start from the main plant, and I decided not to put it back where the mother plant was. So it's just here. I have wild coffee, and this is going to stay here. I have Mexican sunflower, which is Tithonia diversifolia. This is the big yellow one, not the red one. This is Grumachami Cherry. I sure would love to see it put a bloom on this year. So far, nothing in the past 2-3 years. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. My big Caribbean red papaya, and my plan for this guy is to chop him down about midway. He's getting way too tall, even with the ladder, and the fruit is rotting up there. Unfortunately, I'm not taking advantage of that, probably because it is so high. So I lost some fruit down here. This is the food forest. I do not know what the dogs are eating. That's not good. I have vines, all sorts of vines that have not woken up yet. So here is the jumbo black muscadine. So that will be cool. Usually I have a passion fruit on here too, the maypop. I have some new additions, but we'll talk about those in a new video, a later video. Over here I have the, what is this? It started with an S, didn't it? Yeah, Summit Muscadine. I don't know if you can see that. So this is gonna be 2 years old, this vine on this one. I have longevity spinach, more pineapple, elderberry, and then we were discovering yesterday my elderberry replanted itself over here, which that needs to be removed and moved somewhere else. And here, this is a green Thompson grape type of thing. I just got it at Walmart, you know, $5. Oh, yes. Okay, so this is a Meyer Lemon. Oh, y'all, I gotta take a minute. I thought this might be dying. I am so happy to see this and all the new growth leaves. Oh, y'all, I had some of my transplants. They were all over by Jack's shed and not happy. So I put them over here, and I thought I already lost some of the key lime. So I thought I was gonna lose my Meyer lemons too. I had 2 of each, 2 key lime and 2 Meyer lemons. That makes me so happy. Y'all don't make fun of me. I mean, you put years of hard work into your garden, your food forest, everything. Every loss means you're set back a couple. Every loss means that you're set back a couple of years, and you just sometimes can't afford that, you know, especially with the times being like they are. I lost my moringa last year, so I got some moringa seeds by a very nice stranger on the internet, and he was on my gardening group and gave me seeds, and I got one of them to germinate, so now I'll have moringa again. I got cayenne pepper out here. Don't ask me why, there's not a reason to it. I have a whole trellis, if you will, of blackberries. Now this is my oldest one. This is the Navajo. I should note that. I don't expect anything till about April. They wake up about April. I don't expect much until about April when they start waking up. The food forest with the partial dapple light makes mine sleep longer than other people's. So you may have yours in full sun and it may wake up and already be blooming. And that's great. Know your own yard. This is an Osage Blackberry. It's brand new. I put it in here in the fall. So it looks like it may be trying to wake up a little bit. This, okay, is not, there was a Chester here, and I keep saying I'm going to replace the tag, and I never do. Okay, Wachita, I think. So this should be the first year I get something out of this one. It had last year to grow, and this should be the year it wakes up. Oh look, new growth, yay! So I have a blackberry here. Blackberry beauty berry here. I think this one's gonna stay, although I need to trim it back quite a bit. I don't like this running thing out in here because I may put those other red raspberries, I may put like another panel right here of the red raspberries. This is just Mexican sage. It needs, the old growth needs to come off of it. The new growth here, this is just pollinator. You don't eat this type of sage. I wonder if you could and survive. I mean, if you needed like to survive on your yard, that would be interesting to look up. But most websites say don't eat it. But it is so beautiful. This is its 2nd year, maybe even 3rd year in this pot, and it comes back. It's perennial, man. It doesn't require anything from me, except for, you know, pruning once a year. This is my Turk's Cap hibiscus. You can eat the top part of the red cap in there. These are really cool. So this is a cutting from a friend, and it's been extremely happy in the corner. I used to do my Seminole pumpkins in here, and I could probably still do that, but they really will go out 20-25 feet or more. So I was thinking I might not do that in here this year. I've had 2 years of that, and I think I'm done with it. But the Turk's cap is very happy and going to stay here. I have my peanut butter tree. It looked like it survived the frost and freeze pretty good, but then it kind of did the yellowing and lost stuff. But new growth is here, and so I'm not worried about it. I may trim it back a little bit. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. I have too many other things to do. This is my ruby red grapefruit tree. It's doing great. It had a first set of blooms. I don't know that's kind of light color. That might not stick. It had great pollination on it. The bees were on this thing every day, especially up here in the top. Yeah. So it, you know, I expected to go through like another round of blooms. Especially now with all this good rain, it may really force a lot of blooms out. There we go. I don't think that counts because that was before the rain started. But we got quite a few, probably 25 plus grapefruit on it. It's probably 4 years old also. And that was a birthday gift to myself, kind of. So this is was medicinal in here, and I had turmeric and ginger, right now mostly weeds, but this is a pink lemon tree, and it was one of those I pulled out from Jack's area by the shed, and so I'm hoping it will come out of the winter dormancy and wake up and be happy very soon. Please, please, like the other Meyer Lemon. This is the key lime. Maybe, look, that looks new. Maybe it's coming back to life. This is this, I call it basket grass. I don't know what it is. It has the little blue flowers in it. It's nice, but it overtakes an area, so I got to get on that soon. This is my beautiful purple rose. I'll show it in future videos. Hopefully you'll like and subscribe. The turmeric was also some in here. I know I replanted some. Now this is the key lime, I think, that died. I don't know why. Some live, some don't. But that's what happens with gardening. This is a miracle fruit tree. Here it's starting to put some little blooms. No, those are little leaves. I did see blooms the other day. Where are they? Not sure. I don't want to spend too much time. But anyhow, as this thing goes through its fruiting cycle, I will show it to you. Some more bromeliads. Look, I'm growing a boxer right in the middle of my garden. So, okay, pineapple. This is a brown turkey fig. Impatiens from New Guinea. Pineapple. Regular bush alamanda. I have the other vine alamanda too. And these are its seed pods. And eventually they dry and they crack. And they hit the ground. You got to be careful, and they'll reseed themselves. So, and I already have one of these cracked, and the seeds are in a pot. Some Plumeria, I don't know. Some more cranberry hibiscus. Oh, I meant to say, I don't know if this is gonna work or not. Here, we're trying. It was a branch from the main tree over that I showed you over there. Society garlic, some extra mums. I did decide to do a little ground cover of mustard greens so the chickens and the bunny would have some winter foraging. And here's a Chicago Hardy. It needs to wake up, but it was just transplanted not too long ago. This is Jack's new ice cream banana. Mustard greens are going to seed. There's the vine alamanda right there. Okay, one more thing, and then I think we'll have to cut this video off and just call it the backyard garden tour, because I still have front yard. This is our Grand Nain bananas right here and right here. And these look a little bit more like a Chiquita. I think they're in the same family. These are the very first racks we've ever had from them. Here and over here. And you can see the racks weigh quite a bit, and they're putting quite a lean. Now, I thought the bananas looked good after the freeze, but then they went yellow and now black. But this pseudostem is what they call it. It's not really trunk because it's not really a tree. It's a rhizome. But the pseudostem is going to end up being cut off anyhow when that rack is completely done. And then this, these babies over here will end up being its replacement. Actually, these will probably go first. These were twins, and I gotta look at them. I heard there's like two types, a water and a sword, and so I gotta see if they're both the real deal or not the real deal. I'm still learning a lot all the time, every day. These are my mushroom logs. And talk about a learning curve. Okay, I'm really low at the learning curve, but we put drilled holes, we put the spores in, then you cover with wax, and they look kind of funny spotted, don't they? And then you also cover the outsides, and we have different paint markers, and I wrote on them, it's hard to see with the wax over it, but like how many spores are here and what the variety. I have warm shiitake, and I have oyster, phoenix oyster mushrooms. So that'll be exciting. I had two goals for this year for my gardening season, and one was to start strawberries, which I did. Yay! We've even eaten a few strawberries. And then the other one was to start mushrooms. So, all right, I need some new goals. Here is a Dwarf Cavendish. I believe it was given to me as a gift, and this is its flower about to come out, and underneath it will be the little bananas. So make sure you like, you share, you subscribe, all that good stuff, so you can keep up with the banana trees. Over here, we did not talk about what was inside the trellis area. We went around the outskirts. This is my Lady Margaret passion fruit. Now, she will put fruit on. She put a lot of fruit on last year, but the inside is almost like nothing's on the inside. It's not very good. Not delicious. Here's some butterfly pea. I have more butterfly pea coming. Arbequina olive, pineapple guava. This still has years to grow left before I see a bloom. Once I think we get the whole coop part finished, I think I'm going to put my olive tree somewhere over that way. I think. Over here is Mexican cream guava. So I am looking for blooms. I don't see any yet, but we should have blooms in there soon. This is orange bulbina or bulbine, orange bulbine. Sorry, I got your name wrong. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. The big fat bees, the buddy, no, the big fat bumblebees, love that thing. Okay, in here I have a grapevine, a muscadine. This is a Alachua black muscadine, but it will actually put leaves on, but it doesn't do too much because this Lady Margaret takes over, and I did cut her back greatly. Oh my gosh, like if you own one of these, just know you're going to be cutting her back all the time, like every other month, and she'll still look wild and crazy. This is a red Vitis vinifera, which I think is just the general name for any grape. So this should be a red grape. It's starting to wake up, and I'm really hoping to see more. I don't know what this, see, we had that we had the freezes back to back, and then we've been almost up to 90 again, and then this weekend we're going down to, well, some of you inland are going down to like 35, 37, 39. I think we're going to be 40 on the coast. So I don't know what that's going to do to these trees. They might be happy, but they're so confused with this up and down weather pattern. Here is a raspberry of unknown name. They just put raspberry on there on the tag. Self-pollinating. It could be a Mysore. It sure did put on a lot of growth. I probably should cut that back, actually. Should trim it to about here. And all this extra can go away. But oh well, it is what it is. I may put the other raspberries in here. I don't know. I got to look up and see how much light, what their light needs are, because I think if they need more light, this is a way better place over here. And last but not least, in the food forest, and then we'll call this quits. This is my bell star fruit. And so it was transplanted. It was doing great. We got fruit off it last year, but it was in a container. So now it's in the ground. And look, it's waking up. It was not happy. Not happy. Your star fruit will not like being transplanted. But it didn't die. This is a very young plant. I think I bought it March of last year. And it was already producing fruit in the summer, and then again in the fall it produced one more. Not a lot, but now that's why I was like, oh, I better get this thing in the ground. And it can grow upward right here and reach as tall as it wants. It is in front of my grapefruit, and the guava is a little bit in front of it. I didn't expect that guava to be so tall, but and I can trim that. But anyhow, hopefully it reaches up, gets a lot of sunlight, can share sunlight with other things in the food forest, and we'll have a huge starfruit crop this year. So anyhow, we definitely should end this video here because I have been a motor mouth, and then we will catch the front yard gardens and specifically what is in each bed for you on the next video. Thank you. Take care. God bless. And I will see you guys in the next video. Be sure to subscribe and share. A lot of you watch these garden tours without subscribing. And I will tell you that the algorithms really need for you to do something with like a comment or a thumbs up or anything in order to help the channel grow. We're close to getting monetized, but I need you guys to help spread the word so I can get there and buy more plants. Okay, I mean, purely selfish motives. So all right, you guys, bye, and I'll see you in the next one.